Hello, everybody. I'm Jaret Reddick, and this is a podcast. Jaret Goes to the Movies. Hopefully you have seen or heard one of my many musical endeavors, and if you have, then you know how much I love movies. This is movie commentary with no movie knowledge. This podcast is me and my friend Rich talking about movies that we like, but my name's on it because I'm famous. This is Jaret Goes to the Movies. Still. Okay, we're starting now. Boy, here we go, it's Batman, 1989, Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson. Hey everybody, my name is Jaret. This is Jaret Goes to the Movies. With me, as always, is Rich.
Hello.
I want to welcome our great friend of the show and also my neighbor, Tim Toole.
What's up?
For being here. He's super excited tonight. You can tell. Like, he came in
got a
pumped.
boner.
He actually asked to be on this one.
Right.
I'm Batman.
And he apparently thinks he's Batman, which is, I believe that's just going to add to the festivities this evening.
Sure.
The Dark Knight of Gotham City, as he began a war on crime, with his first major enemy being the clownishly homicidal Joker. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Batman, the 1989 version. The director was the fantastic Tim Burton. This stars Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson, Kim Basinger, Jack Palance, and Billy D. Williams.
Barely
On the Jack Palance and the Billy D. Williams as well. Man, I had a lot of fun watching this one. This one came out in 89. I remember thinking that it was freaking amazing. I always loved Michael Keaton. I was a fan of his movies really early on. I love the movie Night Shift.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
With him and Henry Winkler, and he just plays the best line ever is he has a little recorder that he talks into, and he just goes, "This is Bill. Got an idea to get rid of the waste problem. Edible paper. You just eat it, it's gone." And that's just it, and that's the whole thing. He just puts it edible paper. Fine. You know, paper is actually kind of edible anyway, it's just not that delicious.
No.
You know, and there's not really a condiment that complements it.
No.
There's really not. Anywho, my very first note on what I'm going to talk about, Danny Elfman.
He's a badass dude.
He's a badass. He's on everything, every show, every movie. He's the freaking best.
When I hear Danny Elfman, I know it's Danny Elfman.
Now, Danny Elfman, if I'm not mistaken, he was in Oingo Boingo.
Yeah,
that
I
right?
just
Yeah.
learned that just last year.
And then I was mistaken in the previous podcast that we talked about him because I said that the girl from Dharma and Greg was married to him, but it's not. It's like his niece or something.
His niece, yeah.
Yeah, so
Jenna Elfman.
Let's talk music. First of all, fuck it. Out of the gate, the music drives this movie.
Yeah.
It's this is a movie that is it's a comic book / cartoon / live action film that is 100% driven by the music. The music sets the mood.
I know 3 film composers. One is John Williams. Obviously, everyone knows John Williams.
Yep.
Whether you know him or not, you know him.
You do. If you were ever in marching band, you played a John Williams
There you
song.
go. The next one is Michael Giacchino,
Okay.
who does everything that J.J. Abrams does.
Right. I love his brother's work. Volcano. That guy is awesome
You're
at
an
stuff.
idiot.
Man, some of the stuff he puts out is hot. I mean, he leaves people in the dust.
They melt.
Just ashy and dusty. And okay, go ahead with things that make sense, please, Rich. Save me.
So he did Lost. That's where I sort of discovered him. And then I went back and was like, oh, he did Alias too, which I loved. And then I found out he just does everything that John Williams doesn't do that's amazing, I feel like he does. J.J. Abrams actually went to him first to do the new Star Wars. And he said, well, can John Williams do it? And JJ said, yeah, I'm sure he will. And he goes, well, fucking get John Williams to do it. I'm not going to do it if John Williams can do it.
Right. I don't want to step on
That's his hero.
Yeah, exactly. The most amazing toes of all time.
Yeah. But if you haven't watched Lost, but if you've watched Lost, the music is such a huge part of that show, the score. When they do certain things, there are themes and anthems to what they do, and it's just, man, the music is amazing.
So let's get to Danny Elfman.
Yeah, and then Danny Elfman's my third. Like, those are the three people in scoring.
One of the things that I love about him is his relationship with Tim Burton, and one of my favorite movies of all time, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, is what was the first movie he scored.
Right.
And so he came out of, again, being in this new wave band and started scoring movies and has literally taken over.
Yeah, I mean, apparently he's not a garage musician like the rest of us.
Exactly. Yeah, no.
He actually knows what the fuck's going on.
No, I think he kind of knows what he's doing, and like, and to be fair, he got into computers like when they came out.
Right.
So he's just kept up, like, I mean, I hand wrote my theme paper in college, you know what I mean? Like, it's we didn't even type that shit out.
He did The Simpsons, obviously. You could actually hear The Simpsons in some of the theme music.
Totally agree. There's a couple of areas where it starts to feel familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah,
and you're
absolutely.
like, wait a minute, like there's no way I would know this, but yeah, I feel like it's that same. It's just that's his vibe. That's his thing.
His vibe. Yeah.
It is important to point out that though, if you don't know who he is, not actually an elf man. He is normal size.
Yeah, he is normal size.
And also, my penis is a regular color. So let's not get into making fun of last names.
No.
Prince, Rich, what do you think about Prince?
I was gonna get to him later when the scene he gets, but
I don't know. I need a take on Prince.
I remember thinking that him being on the soundtrack was cool as shit.
When I was 9 years old and I heard Prince was in this movie and I saw the movie at the theater, I thought the theme song, I thought that was Prince.
Yeah.
But I was 9.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, but it wasn't. You just thought all the music was by Prince. So I have a history with Prince. And this is my history with him.
Excellent.
I knew his music when I was a child, and I remember that the song that I first liked was a song that went like this. Lead 'em back down there. And it wasn't until about 5 years later that I realized it was Little Red Corvette. But I sang it, lead 'em back down there, for years and years and years. No. I have many of those, but that one is 100%. That is 100% true, and it did last through Purple Rain, which I did go see at the theaters with my 6th grade girlfriend.
That's hilarious.
And loved that one.
So Batman versus Superman is coming out. When you're hearing this, it'll be today as you're hearing this.
Right.
Who do you choose?
So I think, and so we're doing this and this is our 21st episode.
Right.
And gosh, this has been crazy. We've been doing this for a few months, and it's because of you listeners. It's because of our Patreon supporters. If you're interested in more content, patreon.com and search Jaret Goes to the Movies, or just go to jaretgoestothemovies.com and click support us.
David Murray
is going to be on this podcast.
Yep.
We'll get his take on.
But we do need
to
thank Sheila Ray Wonder and Ashley C. as well.
That's right, and those are our producers. They're the producers. But yeah, so I got off topic because it's cool to be able to do this podcast. And then be able to do things like this. So we did Star Wars the week that the new Star Wars came out. We're doing Batman the week that Batman comes out. When Ghostbusters 3 comes out, we'll be doing Ghostbusters. So these are kind of fun features that we're able to do.
Definitely.
So did you ask me who I think is going to win?
Who's the winner? No, who do you choose as your favorite?
I don't care. I mean, so the debate is insane.
You have to go to a movie. It isn't made yet.
Yeah.
The mythos of Batman versus the mythos of Superman. Which movie? You can only choose one. Which one will you go to? And you can't say none.
Well, no. I'm aware of the arguments because Eric Chandler, who's the bass player of Bowling for Soup, is a Batman nerd and has the Batman tattoos and all of that stuff. Though I didn't hear about it till after we had known each other for a while, so I'm almost thinking it was like inherited or something, or like he caught it.
He
like
inherited the tattoo?
No. Well, no, you can't do that. Actually, that's not even possible.
Oh.
But no, anyway, I don't want to fuck with him too much on it. But let's just say he got Batman crazy. Remember that song, Batman Crazy? No, that wasn't a song. I just fucking wrote it.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking put that single out.
I'm pointing at your Grammy nod right
there.
there.
It is, right fucking there. Yeah, Danny Elfman, suck it. But I get the fact that Superman's born with powers. Batman isn't really a superhero.
Right.
He doesn't have any powers.
What? Stop.
He's
Okay.
the superhero.
Stop.
Okay, fill me in.
He's the greatest detective of all time.
Which we've never seen in any of the movies ever, by the way.
Well, that's not true. Actually, they hint at it in this one. He's the one that figures out the formula.
I was going to bring that up.
Okay, so we can roll with this, but I will agree. I mean, that so you're saying that he is sleuthy in that he knows what's going on.
The comic books make him.
Okay, in the comic books, in one of the comic books, I don't remember the name, at one point, he figures out the secret formula to beat every single superhero there is.
Oh, wow.
Just in case they go bad, he has the formula to beat the superhero.
Right.
Which is the topic of this movie coming up.
Is that true? Okay, so that's
Yeah.
going to bring that into this. So Superman's going to go bad?
No.
No.
God damn it. This is so confusing,
It's
man.
just a misunderstanding.
I just
It's like
watched The Incredibles with
No.
my son the other day, and there's a bad guy played by Jason Lee who has my hair.
Yeah.
And he fucking figures out how to beat Mr. Incredible.
Right.
But here's the thing, you can't put people in these goddamn laser chains. You have to just kill them.
Right.
You can't keep people alive or talk too much.
Right.
Okay,
You know, and in fact, in that movie, in The Incredibles, I got to give this. I thought this was hilarious. Anytime somebody would start talking, like, "You got me," and you refuse, and you do this, and it's just like, "You got me," monologuing again. It's like the whole monologuing thing. It's like waiting for something to happen.
Okay, so this new movie is based upon the Frank Miller comic from the 80s.
It's a miscommunication. It's like an episode of Three's Company.
Whoa! Hold on. Are we talking about the movie that we just watched, or the one that's coming out?
Batman v Superman.
I don't want to talk about the one that's coming out until the end of this podcast. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure.
Because I think, well, let's just keep it. Okay, go ahead. No, go ahead with your thought.
I just want to finish that. So the new movie that's coming out, it's based on Batman Returns, Frank Miller comic from the 1980s.
Okay, and Batman Returns has been a movie.
No,
Okay,
that was Dark Knight Rises.
got it. Okay, yeah.
The Dark Knight Returns is from the 1980s. So it's based on that, and there's a big fight between the two, and it's all complicated, but
totally different. The reason they're fighting.
the reason they're fighting is totally different, but the fight in the new movie is supposed to be based on the comic, which is very interesting.
So here's my thing on superheroes, and I'll just put this out there. I as a child, I like to wear the shirts, and on occasion, I probably dressed up as one of them. I liked Spider-Man because he was on the Electric Company after Sesame
Spider-Man?
Street. Spider-Man. We don't know that one. Spider-Man. That's different. Right. It was a Spider-Man, where are you coming from, Spider-Man? Nobody knows who you are.
Wrong.
Did I fuck it up?
Yeah.
Or was it Spider-Man, something sucking on the Spider-Man?
Yep.
That was the one?
And then it says, nobody knows who you are.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay, now you know my love for Spider-Man. I would have actually, I really didn't care. And the net always looked fake and shit. And anyway, so he would be at the mall sometimes. I'd get my picture with him. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I didn't study any of this. I talked about this on the pre-show thing that we did with Dave. I like that show where they're all friends. That's my thing. Okay, let me fucking I'm gonna put this out there. This is Anxiety Jaret. I like when everybody likes everybody. You know what my favorite Tom and Jerry cartoons are? When they're fucking friends. I like that one. And they're against the dog or whatever, and they're working together as a team. So I like Super Friends because we all get along. And I don't know. Is Aquaman gay?
I don't know.
That's a thing, right?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Go ahead with what you guys were saying then. That's fine. Is Gotham City based on a real city?
Yeah. It probably changes over the years, but in the new movie, Metropolis is Manhattan, and Gotham City is Brooklyn.
Okay. So, well, that
they're
makes
right
sense.
across.
So you guys are referring to the new movie so much, and that's awesome.
It actually reminds me more of San Francisco and Oakland. Yeah,
but that's just because that's where you're from. Nobody gives a shit.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
Everybody there's all fucking laid back and shit, unless you get into like,
hey, Superman, what's going on,
what's
man?
What's cooking, bruh?
Hey, Batman, why don't you just chill and smoke a doob with me?
Why does everybody sound like that?
No, that's the San Francisco side,
right?
Not the Oakland side.
I don't even know that was that. It just got to be like really fucking like stereotypical, like how you want Zac Efron to sound, but he doesn't because he's fucking
What's your
kick-ass.
deal with Zac Efron?
He just fucking pisses me off.
You want him to be Han Solo. That's
I put that on the internet the other day, didn't I? No, he's Brad Pittish to me. Like, he's super good looking, and there's really no reason to hate him.
Brad Pitt can act, though. I don't think...
No, he can. Have you seen Neighbors?
Yeah, I mean...
He is amazing in that movie. Oh, my God. Why did I just say amazing that long?
Oh, because he took his shirt off? And
yeah, that's why he said that long.
You guys can fucking suck it!
Look, if you want him to ride on the Bowling for Soup bus...
Man, I love how this movie is shot. Obviously, that's a Tim Burton thing. That opening scene where the family is getting through the city and it almost looks like it's in black and white, and then there's the prostitute that's in the red.
Why is this family in this city? They're in the wrong fucking place.
100%, and they definitely took I mean, like, you would know. Listen, I've been to New York a lot. And you know when you've taken a wrong turn.
Yeah.
Right when you take
and you turn right the fuck
right
around.
back around. If there's no people, don't go in there.
He deserved to get robbed. Anyone that stupid does not deserve the money he has in his pocket. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Well, I don't disagree with that. I do think that if you're in an area in that, and especially in that city, and there's no people, you're in the wrong fucking area. Yeah, I mean, well, again, it's just like it's so obvious. It's like it's the city that never sleeps. If there are people there, you're good. If there aren't people there, you're fucked.
Yeah, you're fucked.
You know, I mean,
did you think that it was the Waynes at first? Like,
yes, I did. So
I think that was intentional.
And just knowing that, yes, I did think it was the Waynes. I didn't think it was the Wayans brothers.
I was gonna say the same thing. If it was not the Wayans,
if it was the Wayans brothers, that'd have been fucking weird.
That is a totally different movie.
It's like, what'd you say about my mama?
More money.
More money, more money. So anyway, as this thing is happening, the robbers are up there and they're discussing the whole thing or whatever. It's the thing that made me laugh the hardest in this movie is the Batman wing spread. Kill me, man.
I'm not going to kill you. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
When he comes down with the wing, it's so like, hello.
But it's
I'm here.
But that's reoccurring. That's not just like his intro. It's just like even as they're running away, it's just like, how do you do that and have a free hit? Like you're
still holding two sticks.
No wonder you need those huge gloves. So I continually had to remind myself, continually through this movie. And by the way, I did fall asleep halfway through, and I don't hold it against the movie. I we were up late, and it's
what?
We're on Rockstar time. It's the thing, but. I kept having to remind myself both with the way things happened and the way the dialogue, like again, the wing thing, like some of the lines, all this, that what I'm watching is a live action comic book or a cartoon.
Yeah.
And I wondered if you had that same thing, because some of it was really hard. If you were watching
there was no CG in this movie.
No. Oh, I don't know about that.
What? No. Anytime that they needed
the first time they see the bat running on the building, the fucking the lights.
That's cartoon. That's animation.
Okay, sure.
That's not CGI. That's not computers.
That's
1989.
That's drawing on a page. It was basically a throwback to 1940s Mickey Mouse cartoons. Is what it made me think of.
Right.
It totally took me out. I did not like that. I thought it was horrible. If that was the
cartoony stuff.
Yeah. If that was an artistic choice, I think it was a terrible artistic choice.
The first time you see Batman is this cartoon thing, and it looks like Maleficent fucking moving around Sleeping Beauty's house.
Right.
And shit. It's just like, it's really bad. And then the the searchlights were the same thing throughout.
I saw it. Yep. On the building, it was so obvious.
So,
it was like
so bad.
cartoons.
I mean, again, it's I don't want to pick it apart because it's fucking 1989. I just don't know.
No, that was an artistic
89.
choice. That was an artistic choice, and I think we're totally fine with picking that apart because he made a decision that I'm going to just use animation to do this.
No, fuck that. It's 1989.
No.
But that's the thing is they could have shot searchlights in 1989.
Right.
You know,
When was Jurassic Park coming out?
Jurassic Park, like 91.
77 was Star Wars.
94.
Star Wars was a million times better than 77.
We can make this city safe for decent people.
Decent people shouldn't live here. They'd be happier someplace else.
Pretty tough talk about Carl.
Don't worry about it. If this clown could touch Grissom, I'd have handed him his lungs by now.
You have been listening to a press conference.
If Grissom knew about us, he might hand you something.
Attorney Dent has promised to
Don't
restore
flatter
law and
yourself,
order in
Angel.
Gotham City.
He's a tired old man.
His election campaign.
He can't run this city without me. And besides, he doesn't know.
Big thing about this movie that I did not like. So I'll fucking come out of this with a fucking rich right now. I hated the hierarchy of people that they put into this whole interesting web of like there's a governor or the mayor and all he wants is the festival. That's the only reason he's there. And then Billy D. Williams literally shouldn't even have been in the fucking movie at all.
He was only in the movie so that he could turn into Two-Face in a following movie.
Okay, and I get that.
It was
Okay,
in
so
his
that's
contract.
just it. So there you go. And that's the thing. And so then there's Commissioner Gordon, I guess, who becomes a friend of
Right.
and we've seen that guy in movies. That guy's in fucking everything.
Yeah,
right?
he is, yeah.
We haven't even talked B cast. We'll get into that. But again, it's just like all of these moving parts, and maybe that's it. They're setting up other things, but for a viewer that's a lot. You know, it's like fucking watching Game of Thrones. It's like when
Right.
they're just like, well, you know that there's this family and this thing
Right.
happens. You're just like, the fuck did you just say?
Yeah, they could have turned all those people into like one
person.
Right.
You could have had Billy D. Williams could have easily wanted to have the festival,
Right. All of them.
right?
Could have written all
Or the
that.
commissioner, whatever. You didn't need all of it.
Yeah, so the only reason he agreed to do this film that she had a very small part in was because he was going to turn into Two-Face in a subsequent film, but they actually got Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones.
to do
Yeah,
that.
that's right. Now, is that the one that Jim Carrey was in?
Yes,
And that's a Val Kilmer.
that's the
Batman?
forever one. Yeah,
Yeah, so that's the Val Kilmer one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that we've discussed the Val Kilmer Batman in previous episodes? Let me refresh your memory just 1 second. All apologies to Kevin Costner and that chick from Monster. Give me Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, Belushi, and even Val Kilmer. He was funny in Real Genius. What about Top Gun? Top Gun was Top Secret was funny too, but he sucked as bad. Now the big screen's calling final casting call. It's your big shot, baby. You're the next big star of another dumb movie about a guy with a broken
I love this
heart.
song, Jared. I feel like we just heard it though.
Did we? Have we already promoted this one?
And I really realized something. Listen to it this time. We're gonna play this song with every Adam Sandler movie, every Kevin Costner movie.
Yeah, here's the beauty of me being me. I name check everybody. I actually had a hard time coming up with how many times I had said Batman in song. It's only one other time. So,
Okay.
and I'll give you a break, but yeah, I mean, sure, if I name check somebody, fuck it. That's a Bowling for Soup song, by the way. It's called Val Kilmer. You can buy it on iTunes right now if you found it to be a delight. I did think it was funny, though, that we had talked about Top Gun, that, you know, no, Top Gun isn't funny, but it also had the Batman reference in it.
Right.
And I feel like there's so many, and I don't even know how to say it other than there's some cosmic shit that goes on with the way that we've been doing this. In fact,
Sure.
the fact, you know, that we picked Back to the Future to be our first movie, but didn't even realize that it was the anniversary. And
Right.
there's just been a bunch of things like that. So anyway, I just thought it was I thought it was really cool to be able to revisit that again. Also, that song's called Val Kilmer. It's on iTunes. You can buy it. It's by the band Bowling for Soup.
And I'm not on that song.
And he's not on there.
Thank God.
Tim?
I'm on the song.
He is on the song.
Right.
Okay.
So did you know that Robin Williams was offered the spot for the Joker?
Oh, interesting.
They wanted Jack first.
Yeah.
Jack said no.
Mm.
So they said, let's use Robin Williams as bait for Jack. So they go, okay, Jack, that's fine. We'll have Robin Williams. He's already signed on and everything. And Jack was like, oh, okay, no, I'll do it then.
Really?
And then so they kicked Robin off. He got so pissed.
Yeah,
he wouldn't
pissed.
even work.
He fucking got so pissed he killed himself.
He wouldn't work for the studio. He wouldn't do the Riddler. They wanted him for the Riddler. He's like, fuck you. You already screwed me over once. I'm
Yeah.
not doing this again.
Wow.
You know, I love these conversations because I love the fact that some things would have worked, some things wouldn't. Some of them would have changed the movie. I don't feel like Robin Williams changes the movie. I think he definitely changes the dynamic here.
Right.
And obviously at that point he's a different age. You know,
younger.
A little bit younger. And so there would have been
Skinnier.
a little bit. Well, I don't know about that, but there would have been a little bit less weirdness to some of the. I mean, to me, like even like the Jerry Hall, like Jack Palance thing, where Jack Nicholson is obviously humping his boss's girlfriend, whatever. But it's just like he's calling the guy old, and it's just like, he doesn't have that many years on you. I mean, at least visually, that I'm thinking. It's I don't know. Robin Williams may have offered a little bit.
I thought Nicholson was a bit creepy old in that one, where Williams would have been.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think that I do think that he seemed old for the role, but he played it fucking perfectly.
He was awesome.
He has, he has the lines in the movie that are the ones that people say,
Yeah, definitely.
So-
This was the first Batman adaptation to depict Joker's origin story.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, that's it. Now, do you guys know? I mean, so I haven't seen the Heath Ledger version. Does that?
They didn't touch on it. I mean, he talks about it, but they didn't have the story around the origin. Whereas this one was actually, they show how he
Everything,
became
yeah.
the Joker.
Hello, Lieutenant Eckhart. I hear we just had us another bat attack. That's 8 sightings now in just under a month? I hear the commissioner's even opened a file. True?
Sorry, Knox. These two slipped on a banana peel.
I'm telling you, man, a giant bat. This actor, I get so mixed up. He looks like Christopher McDonald, who plays Shooter McGavin, and
We don't know nothing. Is that not?
No. That's not Mike McDonald.
Oh, not Michael McDonald?
No,
Oh,
Christopher McDonald, he's like in Thelma and Louise. He's in Happy Gilmore. He's in Leave It to Beaver, Requiem for a Dream. I mean, but I also get this guy mixed up with Joe Piscopo. They all three just like mix around in my head.
Not even
But
close.
this motherfucker, this character, I don't get at all.
He's terrible in this movie.
It's just
It's
dad
terrible.
joke after
Right.
dad joke, and I don't
Right.
understand what the fuck happened at the end where he grabs a mask and a bat. What is he trying to be, Batman? Come on, because I literally
Give it up.
Come on,
Come on.
No, I'm like, why the fuck does he have a bat and a mask? Oh. Is he
Batman.
trying to be Batman? And then he's on the car and in the trash, and that's the last you see of him. What, is he coming back too? Is that what y'all
No,
are telling
he
me?
does not come back,
That's
thank
it?
God.
Oh,
But Eckhart's voice is amazing.
so you like that? Yeah, half the time it looks like he's...
No, it's amazingly bad. But I mean, it's still
half the
amazing.
time it looks like he's lip syncing. And that's what I was saying earlier. It's like, at this time period, was every fucking lieutenant like super fat, having to wear overalls, not even a holster, just tuck the gun in the pants and smoking a huge cigar?
Oh, he did have
Is
tucked
that
in
a
his
thing?
pants.
Yeah, I know. Like, did you don't learn anything? Like, that's how NFL football players shoot their fucking feet off in strip clubs. That's how it happens.
Is that a real thing?
That
happen?
is, yeah.
Wow.
100%.
I answer to Grissom, not to psychos.
Why, Eckhart, you ought to think about the future.
You mean when you run the show, you ain't got no future, Jack. You're an A1 nut boy, and Grissom knows it.
That's so bad. So bad. So that's like, people don't make fun of that, but they make fun of Christian Bale talking like he's got gravel in his voice or whatever. It's like, at least he can fucking keep up. This guy slips in and out of it, you know? Like, it's like he can't even keep it up. He's just like, man, I fucking feel like I'm gagging on phlegm.
So at this point, did you notice the Art Deco future meets past kind of set everything has? It's like in the future, but it's like 1950s
Right.
version of the future.
No, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Like, go back to the 1950s and pretend what the future's going to be. That's what this movie looks like.
Okay. All right. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was very distinct. It was really distinct.
The whole movie was like that, though.
Yeah, the whole movie.
The whole
yeah.
movie.
Hi, I'm Vicki Vale.
Vicki Vale, yeah, photographer, Vogue, Cosmo, yeah. Listen, if you want me to pose nude, you're gonna need a long lens.
Actually, I was in the Corto Maltese.
Actually, I was in the Corto Maltese, and I took black and white photos of dead people, so that makes me a good photographer.
Yeah, that's good Lord. So as he walks up to that, and he's like, "Oh, legs or whatever," and you're like, "She has knobby knees."
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was looking at her pointy shoes.
The black pantyhose on the fucking up on the desk. You walk up, you know. I don't know. It just seems like an invitation,
though, right?
Yeah, but it's is it weird that we know she's fucking crazy now? Like, is
she
that a
crazy
thing?
now?
Yeah, I guess so.
Wait. Is it if she's?
You're
say,
asking me if I think she's crazy because Alec Baldwin says she's crazy?
No,
okay.
I'm asking you, maybe she's crazy, maybe she's not, but if she is crazy, is
Right.
it her fault or is it Alec Baldwin's fault?
Oh, okay. You're saying, like, actually blame Alec Baldwin.
Because wouldn't he drive you crazy?
On the, I don't know. Would he?
Oh, my God.
So
He is a mess.
So here's the thing I got about her. So when I was 12, I thought she was amazing, hot. Looking back now, not knowing anything, just looking at her now,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's very hot.
I think she's hot.
I actually do, yeah.
I don't think she's hot.
100%.
No,
I'm in.
no way.
Totes hot.
No way.
Totes hots.
She actually obviously has blonde hair in the movie. Vicki Vale was a redhead in the comics, but she was supposed to be blonde in the comics. Her hair came out red due to a coloring error in her first appearance, and they just kept it like that. Alec Baldwin and her, they were like the hot couple in Hollywood for a really long
Forever.
time.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they were. That's the thing. It's like you wanted them to just be together forever. They were kind of that couple.
Yeah.
She has no JoJo butt.
She has no butt?
What?
JoJo butt.
No
you watched
JoJo
The Bachelor?
butt. Yes.
Oh, fuck yes. I've got another Bachelor buddy. Do you watch The Bachelor, Jared?
I do not.
Why not? I feel like you should.
I watch,
You're like the demographic.
I watch fucking Ink Masters.
You're the demographic.
That is not true at all.
So the demographic. Will he or won't he propose?
No, I'm not gonna.
Now, you're saying this after everyone has heard the last podcast by this point.
Yeah, and I'm wondering how I came out on that, by the way. I don't really know.
You came across as someone who has very deep emotions.
Well, I'm sure that that's probably true, and I do. So, again, let's not beat around the bush. I had a hard time with the movie The Notebook. It made me cry a few times, and I cried during the podcast, and especially during the part where is it dyslexia?
Dementia.
Dyslexia is completely different. That's where you can't read right. Yeah. So dementia kicks in, and she doesn't know her children or whatever, and it hit me strong. So anyway, I survived, and here I am.
Carl, we get somebody else to do this. The fumes in that place.
Jack. It's an important job. I need someone I can trust. You are my number one guy.
Oh my God, the breathing.
Yeah.
It's so funny because that was his delivery, and the fact that they would actually poke fun at it later.
Right.
Was like, I don't know. Like, I just always assumed he had like fucking emphysema or some shit because that's the way that he acted.
He is deaf.
Oh, is that true?
And he doesn't let on that he's deaf because Burton actually kind of snipped at him about not hitting his mark
Wow.
When something happened, he was like, "What the fuck? What are you doing, dude?" I said action, but he was around the corner, so he couldn't hear him say action. And so I had to basically tell him, well, "I'm deaf. I can't hear you. You're gonna have to do something different." And he said something, and Jack Palance's his retort was, "I've made more than 100 films. How many have you made?"
Yeah. So perfect.
Check this out. He must have been king of the Wicker people. oh, where'd this come from?
I have no idea.
It's Japanese.
How do you know?
Because I bought it in Japan.
Who are you?
Oh, sorry. Bruce Wayne.
Alexander Knox.
Hi. Oh, I read your work. I like it. I like it a lot.
Oh, thanks. Can I have a grant?
Vicky Vale.
Hi. Bruce Wayne.
Are you sure?
Yeah, this time.
Two things. First of all, the Wicker people thing made me want to jump through the TV and fucking kill him. Like, that's the best. Every fucking line that Jack Nicholson delivers in this movie is a home run.
Right.
Or at least a fucking infield triple.
Right.
This fucking guy is the fucking king of the Wicker people is all they could come up
It
with.
was
It's
so
like,
much a
oh
joke
my
on-
god, I wanted to fucking kill him. Now let's back up to the previous scene before this, and that is where Kim Basinger approaches Michael Keaton for the very first time.
Right.
This is where we first get into a glimpse of young Michael Keaton trying to actually not be Michael Keaton, and she just taps him on the shoulder, and he turns around, and instantly you just see Night Shift, Beetlejuice, it's Mr. Mom. They're all just in his face. He can't not act with his face. He can't do it.
Right.
It's impossible. And we see that there. And so that was the first time and so I actually made a note. I was like, I'm going to point out that this scene, he couldn't do it. And then little did I know, he can't fucking do it the whole movie at this point.
Right.
It's just Mr. Mom.
Yeah, it definitely.
That's him. You know?
Yeah.
And I don't get the Beetlejuice thing as much as I do his character in Night Shift.
Yeah.
Because that's him.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's Michael Keaton.
So what would you say if I told you that the first choice for Vicky Vale was Sean Young?
No fucking way.
Yes!
I would believe it.
They already started filming with her. They were filming a scene with her
Oh my
riding a
God.
horse.
Wait, let's talk about this real quick. So we've already done Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
And in Ace Ventura, we determined that Sean Young
is the worst
actress
of
in
all
the
time.
history of time.
Right.
Like, can't deliver a line. Now, I mentioned this to you then. She was great in Young Doctors in Love, but that was just a silly. You were supposed to deliver your lines that way.
Right.
I feel like now that I'm thinking about it, and like we're sitting here, it's almost like in Ace Ventura, she wanted to be like Jim Carrey.
Yes. Yeah,
You know,
I
like-
totally see that. now
Okay,
you
so
said
she
that.
wanted to be like
She
that
wanted to
over
be
the
the
top
hammy,
funny too,
yeah.
and it's like
No, you're
can't-
the straight man.
No, you don't.
You're straight.
The worst thing you can ever do along somebody who's already fucking instinctively funny and just has that thing
Right.
is try to act like them.
Oh, wait.
because it will bite you in the dick.
Are you trying to tell me something?
No, you're fine. Dude, that would have killed this motion picture for me. I'm
Really?
serious.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
So she fell off a horse and broke her collarbone, and so they replaced her with. They thought about Michelle Pfeiffer and a couple other people, but they eventually went to Kim Basinger. There's like a whole humongous list of people afterwards. And do you remember when she went crazy and wanted to be the Catwoman in the next movie and went on Letterman dressed as Catwoman?
Kim Basinger did?
No. Sean Young.
No.
You gotta Google that. YouTube that shit.
She just wanted to be.
She was campaigning to be Catwoman for the
Right.
next movie.
Jesus Christ.
And then now it makes sense on why she was doing that, because she was going to be in the first one and she got mad, I guess, because she couldn't. And so she was campaigning to be Catwoman.
Right.
So she was wearing this Catwoman suit around town.
If you want
on
to see
talk
the worst
shows.
acting ever, fast forward Ace Ventura 3/4 of the way and try to make it to the end just watching her scenes.
Oh my God.
And you will fucking literally give up on movies
Is
forever.
that the scene where you see the dick in her?
Yeah, right
Yeah.
before
You
that.
don't
the acting
see it.
just before that.
You don't see it. He
Well,
feels
you
it.
see a little
he
cauliflower.
feels it. Did you say that Sean Young went on David Letterman to try to get in a Batman movie?
I I may have just said that.
It just so fucking happens, Rich.
Why don't you be my one and only friend? Why don't you be my sidekick? You be Robin and I'll try to be Batman. You be follow my Letterman.
Right, I was like, I don't know that it wouldn't be foreshadowing because
So this song's talked about Batman, Robin, and David Letterman.
all of it.
This is weird. It is cosmic.
That song's called Ass Man.
I feel like you're going back in time and writing songs for the podcast.
That's so
Is
funny.
that- no?
The funny thing is that song's called Ass Man, and I did that because David Letterman used to have this bit where he would call like this guy named Dick Assman,
Right.
And you know, just fuck with him on
I
the
think I
phone and
remember
shit.
that,
Anywho, and I just thought it was funny that you would say fucking Sean Young's on David Letterman trying to get in
So
Batman.
tell me about this song.
That song's on Rock On Honorable Ones, which we did in 1996. It came out. So we recorded it in
Rock on
1990. Our Bowling for Soup album called Rock
can
On
you point
Honorable
to the
Ones.
cover
Yes,
on
I
the
can.
wall?
I can point to the. It's the one right up there where we're all in the ties.
Oh, okay.
And the van is on fire. You can still get it.
Is this like a best of or something?
No, it's like our third album.
Yeah.
And
And then
we were
when you do
just
the
trying
best
to
of,
figure
when
shit out.
album 3, you do best of?
No, we waited till our 16th album actually to do our
When
best
did
of.
1985 come out?
That's what everybody wants to know. Why don't we do a clip,
No, I
Richard?
just want to compare when this came out. As to when-
2005.
Okay, so this was an early.
10 years before. But we sold...
Had you hit it big when this album came out?
No.
'Cause this doesn't sound like you. Is what I'm getting at.
No,
this doesn't sound like
This
you
is
at all.
us making a record and selling it out of the back of the car. And
Okay.
we sold 25,000 of these out of the back of the van. Then we released an album called Tell Me When to Woe. We sold about 10,000 of those outside of the van, and then we got signed. I don't know about Hit It Big. I mean,
This song sounds like you're trying to sound like somebody else.
the reason why it sounds like that, though, is because we were helping to create something. And that's
I'm not
why.
dogging on it.
No, but I'm being completely honest. Like the pop punk didn't exist. We were helping to create it.
I'm coming from today's perspective.
Exactly.
So it could be totally
We
skewed.
were literally trying to figure it all out.
Right.
But it wasn't just us. You know, it was other people. I mean, Blink weren't big yet. I mean, obviously, Sum 41 were children.
It sounds like something that come out right out of Blink, even today. You know,
Yeah, definitely.
Eckhart! Think about the future.
Now, isn't there a thing in superhero movies where they didn't actually kill people and stuff?
Yeah, there's a ton of murders. In
They
this.
just
It's
kill everybody.
It's like 60 deaths.
Everybody
on-screen deaths.
just dies. But I mean, like if you think back to, I mean, wasn't that a
They
whole
wanted
thing?
this to be dark. They were going for
Right.
dark.
Okay,
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they definitely accomplished it. I thought that was really interesting because, you know, in like the Superman movies in the 80s and stuff, that nobody really actually died.
I'm surprised we haven't talked about this yet.
Okay.
What did you think about the bat suit?
I thought it was cool. I mean, I thought it was interesting that it looked like that the Batmobile wasn't going to shut. It looked like he had to kind of duck down for a second.
'Cause of his ears?
Yeah, his
That's all.
ears and stuff. I've told you this, though, man. I think the spreading of the wings thing is just ridiculous.
That was dumb.
And they just kept doing it. But I also understand some of the movements and stuff. He was trying to appear to be stiff, and that was a whole thing, you know? I mean, that
I don't think he was trying to appear to be stiff.
well,
I think he was stiff.
It was fucking stiff. I mean, watching them run was hilarious.
Right.
Because, I mean, it had to have been like, Kim, slow down. You know, he can't keep up. Because it's, you know, it's ridiculous. But, you know.
And she's in heels.
Right. I just also don't understand why every time he gets shot in the bulletproof point, it's almost like he's fucking, it's like it's a video game and he gets shot and he has to sit out for a while. It's like
he respawns.
Every single time he gets shot, he just lays there. They're going to take off his mask and then his 23 seconds are up and everything's fine.
So the costume designer found it difficult designing the bat suit because the image of Batman in the comics is this huge, big 6'4" Hulk of a guy with a dimpled chin and everything. And he's like, but Michael Keaton is just this small guy with the average build, 5'10".
Right.
You know.
Yeah. He's everyman. He's
And so
average everything.
He made the suit obviously like ripped. You see him in like the mansion, and he's just a wee little guy. You can't put on a suit that has muscles like built into it and actually have muscles.
Yeah, but I feel like that's kind of a Batman thing, though. I mean, that just has always been like that costume has. I can't think of another superhero that's like that because most of them wear, the required uniform, tights.
No,
but
that's just the Batman movies. Up until now.
I think Bale made it believable. I really think, and I'm so surprised I'm saying this, but Ben Affleck, I think, is going to be amazing.
Isn't he like 6'4" or some shit?
He's very tall.
Ben Affleck's a big dude, and
he's hulking.
Here's
now.
the thing: is I just haven't been wanting to. I just feel like you want to get into that movie so much. I actually do agree. I think he was the perfect choice. I think he's going to kill. I really do. I think it's so much to do with. It's been thought through well enough to where. I don't know if you think about this, but like I think about sort of like the features of the bottom of the face and how they're going to come out through that mask and stuff. Mm-hmm. And there are certain Batmen that have pulled it off and certain ones that haven't. And I feel like he is so fucking just perfect for it because he has that jaw.
Yeah. And he's got the dimple chin that Batman's supposed to have.
And he looks like he pulled off. He did get in shape for it too, man. He got in shape.
And the fucking beard.
Oh, is he wearing a beard?
He's wearing a fucking beard in the suit.
Right. Is that good or bad?
That's amazing.
It's fucking unbelievable.
Unfucking believable.
It's like when you were fucking, like when we used to watch wrestling back in the day, man. They'd pull somebody's mask off, like fuck, they got facial hair, and that's all we got to see. And then somebody else would hit him with a chair, and then you would never know who it was.
Sylvester Stallone has cited this film as to what led to the decline of muscle-bound action stars from the 80s. And the reason is because you can just put on a suit with muscles now. You don't have to spend 60 hours in the gym every day to be muscle-bound. You just be the normal character normally, and then you put on the suit, and it's got muscles.
Right. That's why when Rocky V came out, he didn't bother anymore.
Could you pass the salt?
Sure.
That was it.
Oh, well, I just love I love that he's passed the salt and she goes, do you like eating in here? And he goes like, yeah, I do. And you knew this was coming. He kind of looks around. I don't even think I've ever been in this room before.
Ad-libbed.
Yeah. Really?
Yes. So they slept together that night after this.
Oh, for real?
No.
Oh, okay.
In the movie. They slept together.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
This evening.
They got some. But then, you know what I always like in movies? When they did some secret fucking and they take the time to put on pajamas. I like that. So they wake up, it's like, oh, everybody's got pajamas on,
And he's hanging from his feet.
That has happened in real life no times.
Never time. Do you think they did it in the butt?
I'm not really sure.
He's a Batman. He likes caves. I mean...
I know, but she had a lot of salt. She was probably retaining water. You just never know.
What did you think of the Alfred?
I love the Alfred here. Now, I understand, like, Michael Caine is the Alfred now.
The other Alfred, yeah.
And I get that. I love the Alfred in this movie. And I
think he's good. I
think he's so good.
I don't think he's better than Michael Caine. I think Michael Caine...
You know who would be the greatest Alfred of all time? Don't dispute me. Anthony Hopkins.
Possibly.
He would be the greatest Alfred of all time because you would believe it when he was like doing something badass.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, you have to go and fucking do this shit, or locking up the suit and stuff. You'd believe it. Well, I get excited sometimes when I talk about Anthony Hopkins. Just
locking up the suit.
Yeah. They're just locking up the suit. With real bolts, by the way. They showed it.
You understand that the nerves were completely severed, Mr. Napier. You see what I have to work with here.
What the fuck with those tools?
Again, so the second time that I have to again remind myself for the 8th time, and I know that doesn't make any sense, but I was having a lot of controversy in my head. I'm watching a cartoon. There's a neon sign that just says surgery.
I didn't even notice
points in this fucking direction. And so it's a neon sign. It says surgery, and you go in and it's all dark and the lights are all fucked up. It's like you can see what I have to work with. And it's like, what the fuck is he doing?
You could buy better surgical tools at Walgreens.
100%. Seriously,
What
we
were
can
on
fucking
his
figure
table.
it out. We can figure it out. Give me $300 and we could do a better job.
No,
for sure.
He had like 5 minutes to prep for this.
Jack Nicholson's reaction.
Oh God,
is so fucking amazing.
It's awesome.
And so I feel like at times when you're thinking that he's really over the top in his character and in his mannerisms and how like he went from like cool fucking Modi, like
cool Modi
to your fucking boss to killing your boss to just this guy who like dances and says shit and just like everything is a joke and the flower and all that. But hold on, I feel like you have to refer back to this. This scene sets it all up. It's just like,
sure,
I've gone over the fucking edge.
But I think, isn't it part of the toxin? It makes you laugh because didn't that girl, the reporter, die? And she's got the big smile, and she's like, I thought it was part of the problem of the toxic chemicals was that it makes you laugh.
I got so fucking confused with what the toxins did.
Yeah, I know.
That was really confusing.
It was pretty confusing. And why didn't it kill him? It's killing her, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Winged freak. Terrorizes. Wait till they get a load of me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Lines. Fucking amazing.
Do you remember that was in the previews when we were kids? And the way that they would do it was different musically. It would be like this whole build-up thing, like dun 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 dun. Wait till they get a load of me. Ba, 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 ba. But this was so dark, it just gave me chills because it was, he had just killed his boss.
I don't think he's even acting. Like, I feel like this is Jack Nicholson in his regular life.
Everybody probably thinks that. Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah. He's, I imagine he has a really good time.
I can tell you that's a fact because in his contract for this movie, his starting time for filming was like 10 a.m.
Right.
Where Michael Keaton would get there at 6 or whatever to start filming.
Sure.
And they'd have to wait for Jack to get there at 10 because he was always out partying the night.
Yeah, and fucking A. That's the way it should
Always,
be. Yeah. Like when you record a rock record, you don't fucking start at 9 a.m. It's like you say 1 p.m. and you show up by 4. Everything's fine. That's how it works. That's how it works. Give them 5 hours of productivity and you're fucking golden.
You say you'll write a song for someone, and then a year later...
No. Hold on. We already wrote the song.
I'm just kidding.
We've already demoed it. I'll let you hear it. It's fucking great.
Let's hear it.
You want to hear it right now?
Right now.
Let's listen to Dave Murray's fucking song that he came in and wrote with me with his amazingly lovely wife while my lovely wife was downstairs and we had just made fajitas by lighting the fire with Doritos.
Let's do it.
You got your Facebook feed, Instagram, filled up with pictures of your craft cocktails, and not to mention your organic breakfast. Skinny jeans, thrift store shirts.
That's so mainstream.
What happened to the days when everybody shake? Pizza Hut was a big night out. We drove around the mall, rocking with Doc and listening to my crew shout at the top. 1 movie screen, 2 record stores, 3 channels on TV. We drank 50-cent coffee and real cheap beer. All the girls rolled their jeans. What happened to the days? What happened to the days?
Dave Murray, everybody. Give it up for Dave Murray.
Thank you.
Dave Murray could possibly be my most patient Bowling for Soup fan of all time. Not only have I owed him the final version of a song that I wrote with him and his wife almost a year ago, he also one time had Eric and I come play in his basement, and we got snowed in and didn't make it on the night that he had spent all this money on this insane like barbecue spread and all these people. And we tried and tried and tried every way we could to get there. And so they got to have a party that night, and then we came back a few months later and we had a really good night. It was good. So, Dave, 5 quick questions about Batman. Are you ready?
Sure.
Off the top of my head. Kim Basinger, yes or no?
Oh, she was gorgeous in 1989.
Jack Nicholson's makeup, confusing or not?
Confusing, but it didn't deteriorate from his performance. He's phenomenal.
Why the fuck is the Batwing not bulletproof?
That's a great question. It is very fragile. It can be taken down with a long pistol.
A long 45.
Why the hell did the Batwing not hit him standing right in front of the parade float? And okay, I guess that reverts back to question number 3. Let's go now to question number 4. Why is every detective in that time of movie really fat and smoking a cigar and unable to complete an actual sentence?
Because it's one actor that plays that role in every movie.
Do you wish you had an Alfred?
Who doesn't?
That's it. Those are the 5 questions. Give Dave a round of applause. Fantastic job. You scored, let me tally it up. You got all 5 right. 100. That's a bonus. You now get a bonus question from Rich. Rich, go ahead.
What's his favorite part of the movie?
I actually like the retrospective scene where it shows like the backstory and where he was a kid and his parents were murdered, and it turns out that it was the Joker when he was young. I mean, that's the part of this part of the movie I still really like is the story that it tells.
So, as a comic book fan, were you mad that they changed that backstory?
You know, I was okay with it because I'm not really a purist. I just want it to be a good story.
Yeah,
and
same
to me,
here.
Right.
Yeah, that's what made the movie great back in the day. It was a very good narrative.
What happened to the days when everybody sang Pizza Hut was a big night out? We drove around the mall, rocking with talking, listening to my crew shout. One movie screen, 2 record stores, 3 channels on TV. We drank 50-cent coffee and real cheap beer. All the girls rolled their jeans. What happened to the days? What happened to the days?
Okay, so that's the demo. That's what we recorded here.
Do you have like random people in Kentucky
All the-
writing your songs for you now?
No, that's not how it works. So, and all the music is done. I just need to sing it well. But they did so awesome. They were so cool. So that was part of a pledge.
You're gonna post the lyrics
campaign. Yeah, I'll put the lyrics up, and they think it's awesome already. But when you hear the final version, it's gonna sound like a fucking song.
Nobody wants a war. If we can't do business, why, we'll just shake hands and that'll be it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, I got a live one here.
The Star Trek sound effects are just the best. They're the best. It's so insane.
Okay, the special effects on this movie are just horrible.
They're bad. Yes, the special effects are fucking bad.
They suck balls.
And you can't even...
The burning body was just...
What the fuck?
It was just like...
It's...
overlay, like they had something burning overlaid on the
I
film.
loved it all over again.
Today, you watched it and you loved it all over again?
Oh my god, I thought
the
it was
special
amazing.
effects you loved.
I thought it was like right out of the fucking 1950s. I loved it.
Well, okay. I mean, I guess.
Not out of 89. It was like a 1950s movies in color. It was great.
When you look at it like that, sure, but man, I just don't think it holds. Okay, I've seen the fork. I'm not going to use chopsticks anymore.
Do you not use chopsticks
No,
at all?
I never use chopsticks.
Really?
What? There is a fork.
I know, but I think there's
I
an
hate the
element.
fucking fork with
I
rice.
think there's an element of
ridiculousness.
No, it's just part of the whole thing when you have certain
it makes
kinds of
no
food.
sense. You've
It
seen the
does.
fork. Just use the fork.
No, I'm good with chop. You know,
It does, though.
You know, this hand, I'm good with the chopsticks.
Right now, he's motioning to his wiener and pretending to do chopsticks on his TT. That's what's happening right now. That's my neighbor Tim Toole.
Hello, Vinny. It's your Uncle Bingo. Time to pay the check.
The pen is truly mightier than the sword.
So I thought that whole scene was amazing.
I was just going to say
yeah,
that.
and
He didn't flinch
no
the whole time. I love that.
Yeah, I just thought it was very, very cool the way that it went down. I thought like people start shooting and it's almost like the seas part and he walks down and
Right.
there's just I just thought that was really, really cool. Can we point out that by the time this happens, the Joker's goons already have jackets made. They already have their own jackets with the Joker logo on there.
Think about
and
how...
can we talk about Bob, please?
Yeah,
Can we
Bob!
please talk
Bob!
about... So Bob is an actor called Tracy Walter.
He's been in everything.
This motherfucker has been in over 100 films and television. I mean, if you just Google him right now...
Yeah, he's amazing.
Tracy, it's Tracey Walter.
I get him confused with the Daryl and my other brother Daryl.
Me too. That was my thing. The very first thing I wrote was like, "Holy shit, Daryl, my other brother Daryl." But he has literally been in everything. I mean, it's crazy. You name a huge movie, it's on his list. He has been in it. So
yeah, totally.
But I totally fucking thought it was I'm Larry, this is my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl. I thought it was him too.
Can somebody tell me what kind of a world we live in where a man dressed up as a bat gets all of my press? This town needs an enema.
So he gets pissed off because
I love
every line
that
he says.
line. Well, everything that he says is amazing, but this town needs an enema is so good.
So he's pissed off because he's watching the news and yet another person with shoulder pads.
Right.
Like, everybody has shoulder pads.
Everybody's got shoulder pads.
Why was this a thing? Why did we need these shoulder pads?
You never had shoulder pads?
I'm sure that I did. I think I had a jacket with shoulder pads.
I 100% had shoulder pads in multiple suits that I bought around the time that I graduated from high school.
Right.
Which was around this time.
You want to know the worst part? In 1989, being 9 years old, and you're like, what is an enema? And you're asking your parents that. What is an enema?
So what is it?
I never got
What
an
did they
answer.
tell you?
Oh, you never figured it out?
I never figured it out.
Fucking shit. I'll show you later, Tim.
All right.
Stop the press. Who is that? That's Vicky Vale. She's the photographer who's working with Knox.
Thanks, Bob.
That girl has style. Jesus Marimba. A lovely beast like that running around could put steam in a man's strides. She's dating some guy named Wayne. She's about to trade up.
I love it so much. So good. Jesus Marimba. And, dude, she's about to trade up actually made me laugh out loud. And I watched this by myself, and I think I've discussed this before. I don't actually laugh out loud.
Oh, when you're by yourself?
When I'm by myself. Ever.
Oh, I do.
No, I
All the
don't
time.
ever. So,
but I also talk to myself.
There's very few things that can make me do that. Somebody could be Casey's sitting next to me, whatever. It changes everything. I'll fucking laugh. This actually made me laugh out.
I love how he's holed up in this chemical plant, right?
Right.
He's got pressure valves everywhere.
Sure.
But he has like draped these satin.
All of a sudden, I know.
Just
So
draped
this
satin.
is what I'm saying. You have to remind yourself of when he saw himself for the first time and realize, okay, it's a cartoon. Because all of a sudden, everything. Also, he must love disposable TVs. Because every time a fucking TV does anything he doesn't want, he shoots it with a boxing glove or a bullet. It's just like, bring in the next one. Let's watch the news.
6 new deaths, with no clues as to the Joker's deadly weapon.
And what is the pattern? Foods, alcohol, or beauty and hygiene products? Cologne, mouthwash, underarm deodorant?
Or worse yet, there may be no pattern.
I fucking love this so much because, okay, so he's already killed the one newscaster.
Right.
But here, I never would have noticed this as a kid.
Right.
But they have.
I didn't.
They don't have any sort of skin cleanser or anything, so they're
No
just,
shampoo.
They're just all
No
fucked up.
hairspray.
Just zits and just no makeup, and they get like the most homely woman newscaster you could possibly find. And you know what? I'm sure
Looks-
she's a great actress.
looks
and very,
Pentecostal.
I'm sure she's very 100%. Yes, 100%. That is fucking spot on. But I am certain that she's a lovely person. But holy Jesus Christ, like they could, and then just huge pimples on the guy. Man, I would have never noticed that as a kid.
I've definitely gone on a no shower bender for several days just because whatever. There's no way that I could have that many pimples that huge on my face.
Listen to me.
because
And again, I don't want to point to the fence, but I'm in a rock band. We go several days all the time. All the time. Like day 5, we're like, Jesus Christ, let's find a YMCA or something. We can find something. You know, day 5 with a bunch of fucking fat guys and a bunch of people who smoke, and everybody drinks in the same bus.
Right.
Stinks.
But no huge pimples?
Not one.
Not one. That's what I'm saying.
I was in the bath one day when I realized why I was destined for greatness. You know how concerned people are about appearances. This is attractive, that is not. Well, that is all behind me. I now do what other people only dream. I make art until someone dies. See? I am the world's first fully functioning homicidal artist.
What do you want?
My face on the $1 bill.
You must be joking.
Do I look like I'm joking?
There's got to be a meme somewhere with our last podcast. What do you want?
What do you want?
What do you want? This whole scene is so silly. It's just silly.
It's silly.
All of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
But do I look like I'm joking?
Yeah.
And he's sitting there just
yeah.
evil.
It's just so
she's
silly.
Like, yeah, you look like
the whole thing is just silly.
What's even worse is the rescue. It's like the slowest rescue
of
ever,
all time.
Of all time.
There's just
he's like, here, bust through the ceiling. He comes down, he grabs her. They're all just waiting for him to do something. He sticks out his gun.
Yeah.
2 seconds later, it goes sideways.
Right.
Another second later, it shoots.
Right.
About a second or two later, it finally hits the other wall.
And everyone's still chilling.
Just sitting there watching.
Yeah.
And then it goes up a little bit, still nothing. Then he slides down the slowest, what do they call those rope zip line?
Yeah,
the
zip line.
slowest zip line ever. One guy kind of jumps up a little bit. Don't use your gun.
I'm so glad you noticed that, because I have one of those coming. But the guy who just jumps a little bit to just reach up,
right?
Fucking best part of the whole scene. And the extra is there's a lot of this that comes up, but
they're just slowly ziplining down, and then all of a sudden they get to the door and they're going 1,000 miles an hour and bust through the door.
Boom, right through.
And then when they're on the other side of the door, they just kind of hop down like they haven't had any kind of forward momentum whatsoever.
Here's the thing about doing all of these things where you shoot something up and then float upwards, sideways, whatever. If you were to fucking shoot a thing upwards, it wrapped around a thing, and even if all this was possible,
right,
you would go up, and there would be a point where you would just be like, okay, we're gonna have to climb over, or I'm gonna smash my hand.
You're right.
Like, I mean, none of it makes any sense. There's just a lot of floating in the air, like the thing where you just like, you don't let go. He falls down, and then again,
right,
Batman, you're out for 22 seconds, and then what the fuck is she supposed to do when she gets to the top?
Right.
Apparently, she figured it out.
Yeah,
but the thing it doesn't
off camera.
Right, exactly. What the fuck is going on with these things?
It doesn't like catapult you up
It does
and
not,
over.
no, and there's no like you gotta think. Have you ever scraped your arm on a piece of concrete? No. It hurts. So like you think of it, the string is laying there. It's a part of your body is gonna drag. Nobody made any fucking sense in the design of any of this. And wait till I get started on the fucking bat plane.
And she's not. Second, she said, "I'm 108 pounds." I'm like, lady.
But what a great line, though. What a great line after that.
Yeah,
when he
it
goes,
definitely was awesome.
I think you're a little bit more than 108.
The police have got it wrong. They're looking for one product. The Joker's tainted hundreds of chemicals at the source.
Then all shipments of products would be poisoned and would all be dead.
No. The poison only works when the components are mixed. Hairspray won't do it alone, but hairspray mixed with lipstick and perfume will be toxic.
So this gets into your Tim Toole, him being the greatest detective of all time, because he figured it out. He's got it figured out. Okay, so there's this chemical thing, there's this chemical thing. It's the reaction between the two. Makes sense.
He's also the greatest time manager of all time. How does he do all this shit?
I was gonna
and
Yeah.
do the chemical research.
And how much reading does he do? He's read everything. He's seen everything. And every time a newscast
I read
comes
the
on,
Maltese. I read
he's
your work.
right there, watching the fucking news right when it happens.
I don't get shit done. 'Cause
In
I'm
fact,
watching
like
TV.
when she tells him, like, if there's people that don't believe, they think you're this, whatever. It's like he should have fucking known that because it's out there.
It's out there, and he's seeing every newscast.
100%.
I don't know who you think you are. You hurt me.
I know. Look.
I called you when I called you.
I know.
And you lied.
Well, if-
You lied to me about leaving town.
Well, let me tell you why.
Let me tell you. You invited me out. We went to dinner. I thought we
Right.
felt something.
Well,
and I
if you give me a
trusted you,
chance to
and I
ex-
even slept with you. I can't believe I did
Well,
that. And then you
I-
wouldn't return my phone calls. You must be some kind of jerk.
You're a real nice girl, and I like you a lot. But for right now, shut up.
So, a couple of things.
Yeah.
When he walks in and says, "Nice place,"
Yeah.
lot of space. Did you catch
That Jack Nicholson does it
So
too.
it's the
Yeah.
same thing.
Same
Nice.
thing. Yeah.
Lots of space.
So funny.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
It just throwaway. It was under low key.
Right,
I
yeah.
just thought it was amazing.
Awesome line.
And then I love it when superheroes tell people who they are. I
Right.
think that's what a real person would do.
Right.
The whole hiding your identity forever from everybody thing, it's just nonsensical.
Rich, do you know what I fucking hate? Poorly timed doorbells. I fucking hate them. This is the fucking worst. It's
That's
just
a
like,
trope.
and he's being fucking. Here's what he's doing.
Mr. Mom.
He's like, sit down. He is exactly being Mr. Mom. It right there where he goes. For now, just shut up. He's basically in Mr. Mom going, "You touch my kid again, I'm knocking you out."
Right.
That's the fucking delivered exactly the same, and it's driving me crazy. That's What About Bob.
By the way, this scene could never be filmed today.
No.
Where he tells her to shut up.
Yeah, and pushes her down.
Pushes her down.
No,
No way
not
in
happening.
hell would that
No,
ever happen.
You know why? Eddie Murphy. No, you don't fucking touch me. You don't touch me, motherfucker. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to do Eddie Murphy.
All right.
Really quick. But yeah, this one drove me fucking crazy. Just tell her.
Just tell her.
I am Batman.
I'm Batman.
I've recently had a tragedy in my life. Alicia threw herself out of the window.
Oh my God.
But you can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs.
I fucking love it. I wrote that down too, and I also just love it. He's just like, a flying mouse is gonna take my breath or whatever. But you can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs, and he just crunches Jerry Hall's mask. By the way, if you're just joining us, we have
In the middle of the podcast?
in the middle of the
If you just
podcast.
fast forwarded straight into the
all
middle.
the credits roll in this movie, and then at the end, one credit, guest starring Jerry Hall, who married Mick Jagger and got to be in the fucking credits.
I guess so.
At the
Is this
end.
her only thing?
Yeah, but who gives a fuck? Like, why wouldn't she be at the front? Or
What is
with
she
all
famous
the
for?
other
Is she a
being-
model?
Yeah, and
That's how
married
she-
to Mick
No,
Jagger.
I mean, but she was a model, and then she married Mick, and then she got to
I
be
don't
in
know. I'm
movies.
not good at any of that kind of stuff.
Did you notice the guy? Like, did he stand out to you? The guy that's always holding the boombox.
Yeah, so there's the boombox guy, and then I like the stereotypical Asian dude who just does all the flips and shit, and just
no reason, just flipping.
Yeah, because apparently that's a style of fight, and you can actually see this for real on the internet. It's just like Asian dudes like doing flips and like this and this and this, and then like another Asian guy or whoever just punches them once, and that's the end of the fight. Just
That
like,
is a Nas commercial. We told you about this last time.
Yeah, all of the goons just wearing the fucking jackets, and it's just
I meant to.
hilarious.
I was going to touch on this earlier. If you are a goon, is this not the best job ever?
Yeah, it's the best job ever.
It is the best job ever.
Yeah. Here's what I wonder about.
We get to paint on paintings
I know,
and
but when
play
do they-
music
do they
and
go
dance
home?
around.
Do they go home at night, or do they have to live like at a compound, or
Yeah, maybe they just have cots.
what is goon life? What's goon life like? Do you just
What the fuck is a goon?
What is a goon?
What is a goon doc? They live in the goon doc.
They live in the goon.
We did it!
They're the goon.
We solved the Goonies!
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Tell me something, my friend. You ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
What? I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of it. Never rub another man's rhubarb.
Never rub another man's rhubarb. After he's already said, "Take thy break out of my heart." Dude, he's just a fucking genius. Now, here's one thing to notice, and I don't listen to this next thing I'm going to say, and then try to watch the movie because it will drive you nuts.
Okay.
That is this.
Pre-watch the movie before you listen to what you're about to say.
Basinger's scream is the exact same pitch and length every single
time. Oh no, I can hear it now.
I
can hear it.
Single.
No.
time.
Like it's going through my head.
It's
It really
crazy.
is.
It's
because I thought it sounded off.
Yeah.
And now I know why it sounded
It's
off.
'cause it's the
same fucking thing.
every single time.
Every time.
And it got me, like, the second time she screams, I'm like, fuck, man.
And
that
she
sounded
screams,
like
there's like a lot. There's like 23 times or some crazy number.
But every single fucking one of them, so by the third one, I'm like, okay. Remember,
Yeah.
I'm a lunatic. So by like the sixth time, I'm like, Jesus Christ, if she fucking does that again, I'm gonna go fucking crazy.
And now comes the part where I relieve you, the little people, of the burden of your failed and useless lives. But as my plastic surgeon always said, if you gotta go with a smile.
We skipped one part, and it's driving me fucking crazy. Why in the fuck does Alfred just bring her to the Batcave while he's not in uniform, and she just walks up?
They had already discussed that he was going to tell her. He went to go tell her, and then he got shot in the
tray.
In the tray.
Yeah.
And then she later came to his manor
Lair.
because she knew he was gotten shot, but she
knew
also
he
knew
was
he got
alive.
away. And Alfred already knew that he was going to tell
makes
her,
sense.
and so he just
Okay.
said, "Fuck it, I'll
So
just."
maybe
bring her
not
up.
30 minutes of cut, but maybe
Right.
She also saw his penis, so
she did more than see it.
She got it in her Batcave.
And if you're gonna go with a smile.
So worst parade timing ever
In the history of the world, yeah.
Right? Let's have this fucking thing at midnight because the moon is
Yeah.
directly above us
Right.
in the middle of the fucking darkest night ever.
And we're gonna throw out $20 million. And then, boy, does that not work out for everybody.
He stole my balloons! Why didn't somebody tell me that he had one of those things?
Bob? Gun.
Don't give him the gun, Bob. God damn it.
Fucking
Bob Gunn.
God damn it.
Here's the one thing I learned from the parade scene. And I think I should have known this anyway. And it's not just because I play a mouse in a pizza place. And I am in no way referring to an item called the Ticket Blaster here. But do you know what's hard to catch at parades? Or in any fucking scenario where something is being dropped upon you?
STDs?
Money. No, STDs are easy.
Oh, okay.
Just ask everyone in Banff, Canada. They're all insane. But money, you can't catch it. It's so hard to catch.
There's whole game shows built around that.
Exactly. Just like get in there and shove as much into your coat as possible. And like, I don't even know what I would do in that situation. Like, it feels like there should be a strategy. Like, sit down.
Strategy.
You know, like
Sit on it.
Sit down, do something. But holy crap, those parade floats.
Why-
And welcome to the movie Prince.
Yeah, no shit, right?
You did it. Here's the other thing that worries me, and I don't even. I'm fucking gonna stay awake at night on this now because I can't even figure it out. So he wears a bulletproof
Vest.
costume,
Right.
Obviously,
and sword proof, too.
Of course, it's everything proof unless you hit a certain point and then you have 22 minutes out. But then his car has a shield or whatever. The one thing in the world,
A magic shield.
the one thing in the world that isn't bulletproof, the Batwing. Apparently, like that one can just be taken out by a single bullet from a ridiculous revolver after not shooting Jack Nicholson with 1,000 bullets.
Like you could have just draped the outfit over the front of
Exactly,
the back.
like, you know, fuck. And why would you not put like an ejection situation in that? It's just, I don't understand how the Batwing is not bulletproof if everything else is. If you have the technology, fucking build it.
Darling, I've got to get you to the church on time.
Yes, sir?
Gotham City Cathedral, transportation 2.
Right away, sir?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
He looks up.
Better make it 10.
Yeah, it's a lot of stairs. I love the call to the fucking dude. This is why the movie does age appropriately, kinda, because it's just like calling an Uber. You know, it's just like he's calling a fucking Uber, and he's just like, you know what? Like, hold on, are there there's shots? We're doing shots. Okay. Yeah, make it 10 minutes instead of 5. I didn't realize we were going to do shots. There's a lot of fucking stairs.
I've never Ubered.
What?
I never.
Oh, you got to Uber, dude.
I know. I want to. It's very intimidating, though.
Oh, it's not. It's not as crazy as you think. You just got to start high and then work your way low.
It's actually less creepy than a cab.
Yeah, I don't
Totally
disagree,
agree.
but I wouldn't call a cab either. That's the thing. So I don't know. To me,
Nobody in Dallas would ever call a cab.
Yeah,
though.
I
have anxiety over calling one of those things.
You need to go to like Boston, New York, something where there's cabs everywhere, and you have to take one, and then you'll be like, "Oh, Uber's great."
No, I don't disagree. It's just that initial busting of the cherry that has me.
You've been in cities though where you have taken a cab.
Maybe.
Yeah, because taxis in
Oh,
other
Vegas.
cities. where
I took a cab in Vegas. Yeah.
All right. So
and that was a nightmare. I mean, it's
what?
Well, because they're going around and doing the thing.
No,
you're like,
you
it's
need
a
to
$40
fucking tell
extra.
him to go. No.
Yeah, I mean, I had to tell him to go the way that I've never, I don't know where they're going. One
Here's
guy
the thing.
drove us around the city, and I knew that he was
They fucking
us.
kill you.
Yeah.
But they do that because everybody thinks that the strip has so much traffic all the time.
Right.
The deal is that you can do now is you get in the cab and you put it in Waze and you just go, hey, just so you know, like I got it on Waze. If you need some help, like going, like I know you probably have your own way.
Right.
I'm just trying to get points. I'm just trying to get points.
Right.
I want to be.
You don't want to piss him off. But
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that kind of thing.
All right, so the Joker hears the cops 40 stories below.
Yeah.
So that he knows to drop the church bell down the stairs.
Right, exactly.
And he uses his little squirty squirt machine.
It's a flower.
Right. And that obviously has some kind of a tube.
Like an
that
acid or
squirts
something.
acid onto that instantly eats through the bell.
Yeah, I honestly fucking looked away for a second and thought he was just peeing on it. I really did. That's true. I was just like, what is he taking a piss off the building? Because like, at that point, what the fuck? He'll do anything, right?
He's crazy. No, but why didn't it eat through his thing?
Yeah, exactly. The tubes and shit.
He sprays it out of his flower and onto the bell, and it instantly eats that away.
Yeah.
And the first thing I said was, that's bullshit, because it would eat through the little plastic tube or whatever he's spraying it through. And then I thought about Breaking Bad and the bathtub in Jesse's house.
Hold on, I gotta fucking tell you something right now. This is very important.
Yes.
I've only seen 5 episodes of Breaking Bad ever. Hold on. That was fucking one of them. Let's talk about it. Woo!
He tells him to get a plastic tub, and he's like, why the fuck do I need to get a plastic tub big enough to get a body in when I've got a bathtub right here?
Exactly.
And he puts it in the bathtub, and it fucking eats through the bathtub and through the floor and crashes through that.
Into the whole fucking thing. Yeah.
I was like, well, maybe it's acid that doesn't eat through plastic.
Yep. Well,
and that's how he did it.
Yep.
Thank you, Breaking Bad, for science.
Yeah, and good analysis by you on the most fucking unimportant part of the fucking movie ever.
It can be true that I have a bat in my belfry.
What?
It can
Wait,
be
let's
truly.
hold on. Let's fucking back up for just a second.
All right.
Let's back up. Let's
All right.
back up to the Batcave. Okay, so he lives in this huge mansion. Come on,
just
stick
now
with
thought
me
of
for a
this.
second. No, I didn't really get to talk about it earlier. He lives in this huge mansion, and where he decides to put his whole fucking computer system and all of these incredible items is
Wet,
in this
trenchy.
wet, trenchy, and it's not even wet. It actually looks kind of nice. It's just that you just have to worry about falling off the fucking platforms.
Oh yeah.
But the guy,
Watch your step.
the bat shit would be fucking insane.
Oh, 'cause there's bats everywhere.
Because they just doo-doo. They poop.
They're poop machines.
They're poop machines. They're little blind radar fucking screaming poop machines.
But yeah, they get out of the car and he's like, "Watch your step." She's right by the
Right,
edge.
exactly. Like maybe give her a fucking
Maybe
heads
turn
up.
the lights on before I get out
like,
of the
why
car.
can't the fucking car do that? You know, whatever. Jesus Christ. She could have fallen.
Definitely.
It can be truly said that I have a bat in my belfry.
What the fuck is a bat and a belfry? What's a belfry?
I don't know. I heard that on Saturday the 14th. Have you ever heard? You seen that?
Yeah,
movie?
yeah, totally, yeah.
They say that in that movie. That was the first time I'd ever heard it. So did you see when she starts kissing? She sees the Batman,
Right.
and she starts kissing his coat on the way up.
Yeah.
And then she's like,
Getting a thread in there and shit.
she's like, "Oh crap!"
And he's excited by the fact that she's kissing the coat.
picking it out of her teeth.
Oh my God.
I know, he gets really excited.
Yeah, he's
I
just
think
like,
he's about
"Oh."
to. She thinks he's gonna get a.
So there's a couple of sexual things that happen in this movie that I feel like maybe would have made it PG-13 back then, because when she does say that she slept with him,
Mhm.
and she goes down, like some shit's about to
Like-
go down. So we're just assuming that the guy's whole body has been burned by acid. He has to wear gloves and makeup and
Ooh,
other.
yeah.
So
What
his
is that
TT is
for?
just fine.
Well,
What if he's circumcised too? Like that's like double. That's like a circumcision with a goddamn fucking acid base.
Wait, are you not
can't-
circumcised?
I'm fucking 100% circumcised.
fuck yeah, you're circumcised.
Yeah, but that's no, hold on. But I have a lot of friends that
Tim,
aren't.
are you circumcised? Very. Okay.
He's very circumcised. They took too much.
We're a room full of circumcision.
Fuck yeah, man.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. I am Batman.
Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Kill you. You idiot! You made me. Remember? You dropped me into that vat of chemicals. That wasn't easy to get over. Don't think that I didn't try.
You know what's funny is that you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? That had to have been delivered like 16 times, and Tim Burton had to have just been like, "Hey, Michael, give it to us one more time, like slow it down just a smidge." Yeah.
Maybe drop your voice a little lower.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? No, that's not what I meant. Like go down a little bit lower. Yeah. So, okay, you be Tim Burton, and I'll be Michael Keaton. Okay, you ready? All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do it the first time. Okay, here we go. All right, I am Batman. I'm Batman. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
If we could
All right.
just do one more take,
I'm listening.
maybe slow it down
Okay.
and give me a little more emotion in
I'm
that.
listening. Okay. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Ooh, even better. That was a really good take. We're probably gonna go with that one.
Okay.
But let's do one more,
One more,
just
okay.
for shits and giggles.
Okay, Kim, did that feel good for you? Like you guys are okay. All right. Okay, I'm listening. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to
Great,
get into
guys.
character.
Everyone's
Okay, trying to
just
get-
beautiful,
trying to
wonderful.
get into character.
Let's try, just so I have some stuff to choose from.
I am Batman. I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just do it a
All right.
little bit slower,
Okay.
a little bit
All right.
emote, maybe a little bit more.
slower.
Yeah. And action.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
All right, fuck it. That's good.
You killed my parents.
What? What are you talking about?
I made you. You made me first.
Ain't that great? I mean, I was a kid when I killed your parents. I mean, I say I made you, you gotta say you made me. And how childish can you get, huh? You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses on, would you? Huh?
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? Ah, man, it is. It really is still a great movie. I think it was a great comic book movie that, like, for people who really weren't into comics at the time. I mean, that's the thing. I'm going to be honest. Like, I didn't have friends that read comics. I didn't read comics, but I know it was bigger than it was in my circle. I was going to say it was kind of like the first big superhero movie made, but no, I mean, Superman in the 80s with...
Yeah, it was huge.
Oh, my God, with Christopher Reeves. Fucking enormous.
And then when Superman 3 came out, forget about it.
Yeah, right? Is that the Richard Pryor one?
Yeah.
So terrible. You know what's good? Superman 2. When they
Superman 2 is great.
Oh, it's so good.
With Zod.
That's the guy who brings back the 3 people.
That was the one where they didn't turn back time.
If I could turn back time.
As soon as I said it, I knew where
If I
this
could
was going.
find my way, I think back all the things that would hurt you. You'd say,
Do you have strep throat?
do you believe in life after love?
No, I really enjoyed it. I actually didn't even remember how it ended. Like, I think I'd seen the movie 40 times, but not the ending. I may have seen the ending one time.
Yeah, because we're cable kids.
Right.
So we all got HBO in the mid-'80s.
And ADD.
Yeah, exactly. We all got HBO. And so it was just on in the 90s all the time. So, like, you saw bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, all the time.
You didn't really pay attention. It didn't seem like that big of a deal. And I remember, like, when the Spider-Man thing started happening, in the Tobey Maguire movies,
Right.
and they were so big and so insane. It was just like, wait a minute, this is a different road. And now that's the only thing in Hollywood that can make money is just these fucking superhero movies.
Yep.
So this one set the bar, and it'd be interesting to see further on down the road if Michael Keaton could, make an appearance or something in one of them. That might be fun.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I agree.
It was good. It was a good watch, and man, I'm glad we picked this one. Or I'm glad actually this one was picked by the Facebook followers.
Right. And
so
Twitter.
Jaret Goes to the Movies on Facebook and Jaret Movies on Twitter. You can lots of stuff going on there. We've been doing pretty good about posting and doing stuff and all the stuff and the things.
All the things and the stuff.
Let's get the fuck out of here. It's been a long night.
It has been.
I am Batman.
You are Batman.
I'm Batman.
Tim, you are not Batman. I'll see you down the road.